This segment is brought to you by NBA Topshot.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 125 of the Connectin Pod.
Wow.
I'm one of your co-hosts today, BananaMac. I'm here wearing my floaty gear. I am joined by Larry Birds, collecting, one of the top collectors. I don't know what he is, but he is the mayor of Bryant. Treat.
Yeah, it's complete. You see that artwork? Complete. Larry Bird anthology complete.
That is legendary in itself. And last but not least, it's a guy below us. Fire Nico. It's Tork. What's up, buddy?
Fire Nico. Fire Jason Kidd. Gonna go ahead and put this down right here. We're 3 games into the season. Jason Kidd will be fired by midseason. It's gonna happen.
Wow.
Let's not focus on the negative. Let's focus on the positive. Like that, my hoodie brother over there with the sweet artwork. I will give a shout out to Topshot. The set artwork has gotten pretty fantastic. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do for the rookies this year. WNBA set art was awesome. But before we go too far down the rabbit hole, it is great to be back. Stoked to be here with you guys. And, man, the NBA season is kicked off. And we've got a lot of shenanigans. Didn't you guys? You guys were live and part of those shenanigans, weren't you? You went to some games?
Yes. I got to go to Grizzlies opening night. I need to send you guys the picture of there was a rapper that led the team out. I have no idea who he is. So that'll be something we have to figure out. But it was live in Memphis, floor seats. The Pelicans came out strong, but Ja was just not going to be denied that night. Jaren Jackson Jr. foul trouble. Hoping he, grows out of that. But after, he's not young anymore, right? He's a veteran. But very weird not having Desmond Bane on the court. Just a strange night.
Did they end up pulling out the win, or did Pelicans take it?
Oh no, they won.
They won it.
Yeah, it got rowdy. They made a run in the third quarter, and the Pelicans just couldn't come back.
Got a little chippy there. I think I don't know exactly what happened towards the end of the game. Zion was laughing about it, but Ja did something that I guess they thought was a little unsportsmanlike. I didn't see anything personally, but I was like, hey, we're first game of the year. Let's go.
There was a young player that how when they try to foul in the game's over. Well, he was going to try to foul Ja. Ja got away from him, and Ja just pointed and laughed at him. I mean, it wasn't that big a deal.
And then Ja was dancing with the cheerleaders. Ja's already peaked Ja, and we're not even. He's like on mid-season form. He's like in playoff form.
Yeah.
So this is I want him to stay healthy, man. He's so good for the game. He's so good for the game.
And out of trouble. Keep him out of trouble too, and not off the court.
Yeah, keep those on. We need those on-court shenanigans, not the off-court shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yes, and the Grizz have some young. What is it? Wells and Coward. Dude,
Coward, not the radio show guy.
Yeah, those dudes are legit, man. They've got some young talent in Memphis. If they can put it together, they've still got some guys on the bench, right? Still got a lot of unhealthy guys. And Pippen Jr., shout out, University of Central Arkansas. His dad hit the 3 in his face. No need to go back over that. But, if they can Memphis loves that team, and it's always so much fun to go and watch.
You got Edie waiting too. And the cool thing about, like, you mentioned Coward, he barely played in college. And that's not it. I mean, he's just growing that much. And so it's be interesting to watch him, like, his growth exponentiate in real time because he's already showing signs. So good young team. And when you guys get healthy, just another freaking mess to deal with in the West.
So I'm going to be rooting a lot more for my Grizzlies this year. My Celtics 0-3. If Missoula could get the autofill, I'm trying to send him an autofill button. He can just hit and win.
You Celtics fans are pretty insufferable already 3 games in. Like you haven't won any titles recently. I'm already hearing chatter. They're already starting to, hey, it's a lottery year. We're going to get our pick. And thanks for holding Cooper Flagg in the meantime until he's ready to come home back to New England. I'm like, I didn't know Maine was considered New England. I thought that was
oh man, that's fighting words, bro.
Oh, it's ridiculous already, right? I'm like, can you guys just let us have anything? Like, I mean, is that like, please and thank you?
No.
So anyway, but Flag looks all right so far. But yeah, it's Celtics don't have a long year. Tatum might come back. That'd be interesting. I kind of wish he wouldn't for his own.
Yeah. Just take a break, man. Rest. No need to rush back this season.
No, get some youngsters in there, let them grow. Yep. Be fine. Do what the Raptors did last year, coincidentally.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to follow what the Raptors are doing?
I mean, they look pretty good early on. Didn't you go to a game as well?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did. Home
Yeah,
opener.
nice.
Home
So
opener?
you get the home opener too.
So I was at the home opener, but I only saw half the game. So we ended up going to the World Series, which was also in town that night. So
Unbelievable.
our
You did
plans
both.
shifted. We did
Well,
both. So we saw
I was
half the
I was
reps.
going to ask what the energy was like in the city, especially like I said,
Wow.
before I knew you went to the baseball game. I was like, did that carry over into the home opener at all? Because I imagine Toronto fans are pretty stoked right now. Holy shit,
oh,
Mac.
That is awesome. Get out of
Yeah.
here.
That's really cool.
City was insane. The train was wild. We went in like, I don't even know, 8 hours before the Blue Jays even started just to beat the mess of getting in the city. But the whole city's just chanting like "Go Blue Jays" pretty much all around the downtown core. They're standing on
Very
like
cool.
light posts because it was such a game. Like 11-4 against the Dodgers was
Oh,
absolutely
beat that.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you guys
they broke
have to-
franchise records.
Do y'all have to grease the light posts out there in Toronto like they do in Philly, or you guys know how to behave yourselves during a celebration?
I think we know how to behave ourselves. But to be fair, it was game one. I don't want to
Okay.
see if they win at all what happens. They're going to need to do some shit because I think people are going to be pretty feral.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about baseball is I don't follow it all year, but then you get to those division championships and those in the World Series, it is high drama because it's got all that pause in between, right? It's just you're just sitting and waiting, and then boom, something happens. It's exciting.
Well, I'm being chirped by LA Dodger fans beforehand who are like, "Oh, we're gonna sweep you guys," and I'm like, "Yo, you don't even have like we're home first. We had the better record. Like you're really cocky for people who didn't have the better record against the Jays. I mean, it was one game, but I'm gonna call it anyway." And then first game comes out, and people are like messaging me back, being like, "Yo, I was a little cocky." And I was like, "Yeah, you were. Like, sit back."
Well, there's a subtext here too, because Shohei Ohtani's kind of the common tie there. Because wasn't he going to go? Didn't he? I don't want to say he Kawhi'd you guys, but it kind of feels similar. Like he was like, I'm going to go to Toronto, and then all of a sudden it was like, nah, because I think they had his plane in Toronto. Like there was some serious investigative journalism going on, and yeah,
I did not know this story.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they offered him, I think it was like 800 million or something Canadian, so it's more USD. Yeah, it was something wild like that. His plane came in. He had dinner with a bunch of the pitchers, including some of our other Japanese pitchers. So that was like a thing. And then he said he named his dog after the team he was going to. So people were like, well, that could work. Like Blue Jays, like Blue Jay, something. And he kind of toyed with them, and then he signed with the Dodgers. And he still had the Blue Jays like hat and memorabilia bag. So the Blue Jays had to bring it up. So every time Ohtani came up to bat, they chanted, "We don't want you," which I don't think that's really accurate, but
no, but you got to do it. You got to do it. I mean,
I'm glad we didn't sign him. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like that's a lot of money. We already gave Blatty 500 million. Would have affected us in the cap.
So your fandom, more Raptors or more Blue Jays? I mean, what's
both? Because they're different seasons.
Okay.
So I follow the Blue Jays from like April. I don't follow any of the preseason stuff for them. So they're like an April to September thing. And then my Raptors come back.
And have you already given up on your Dolphins?
No, because they beat Atlanta. I've learned a theory, Preet. Hear me out.
Okay.
On NFL All Day, when I pick my Dolphins to win, they lose.
Yeah.
But when I pick them to lose, they win. And they just fuck around me. I made my whole lineup all Atlanta, thinking they're just going to sweep my Dolphins, and my Dolphins showed up.
Boom. So, I like it. That's very akin to autofill.
I don't do autofill. I don't know if that's close. I have to do the manual effort.
Hey, listen, I'm so pumped about historic fast break throughout the season. I was wondering what they were going to do. And I just, Top Shot, thank you so much. Because I don't autofill. I don't autofill when you're talking about the legends. You're talking about the great ones. They have to be treated with respect and honor. And I love historic fast break.
What an amazing soundbite.
Yes.
Yeah.
About legends. Now, will they continue to run it when they implement the professional or the pro regular?
They said so they're going to run it all season.
We're going to run it all season? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I had not heard that. Treat breaking news to me.
That's what I thought I read that in the roadmap.
I thought it was going all season.
Yeah.
Because they don't care.
Maybe we convince them to do so.
I mean, they don't get injured, right?
They don't. Legends never die.
They don't need breaks. They can just keep running it back.
They can, and I love the I did love the run it back artwork this summer, and I also enjoy the price points of these historic players. When you need one here and there to fill in a gap, you're not you're not just breaking the bank. Floaty, the place to buy them. That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out Floaty for all your marketplace needs.
Got to shout out Floaty. I would not have the bird anthology if I could not have mass listed on Floaty this summer. There's no way I could have done it on Topshot Marketplace.
You mentioned the historical sets, and I think that this summer was really. I mean, I thought the set art on Plasma Rain. I'm still trying to figure out what the theme around Plasma Rain is, but the set art was dope. That being said, Family Business, probably one of my favorite sets that they've ever dropped. Like I think it was from. I mean, the set art was great. The theme was obviously great. The curation. If you go and watch those moments, I mean, especially the Del Curry moment, it is.
Yeah,
it's masterpiece after masterpiece. So I imagine that a few on the team had their hands on it. It feels like Sam D had a lot to do with that as well. So shout out to the team for that because it's freaking awesome and definitely kept me pacified during the offseason when I was losing my mind, as most of us do when there's no basketball on. So yeah, we're looking forward to what's coming up next. I think we're about a week away from, at the time of recording, from rookies.
Yeah,
and
you feel like they're the collector driven voices at the top are finally kind of broke through and are leading the ship now, right? Leading the team.
Oh yeah.
To be determined.
Oh, wow.
But there's the conversation that's taking place. I mean, and so it's, I think that starting with scarcity, everything else is just kind of like peripheral noise as far as some of the, because, you know, the community will complain about anything. And then it kind of becomes like, okay, well, you're never going to be happy. And anyway, so I try to find my little way of being happy. And I'm just happy that they address the scarcity part of it. It's going to make rookies a lot different for me because I can't just go after all of them now. There's only 25. There's 25 regular rookie revelations, and then they've got like 5 additional parallels. And then, of course, we're down from 4,000 to 1,000, and then they've got a few parallels as well, but no more than, I think it was like no more than 1,200. I don't have the specifics in front of me, but like 1,100, 1,200. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Curious to see what the price points are on the rookie packs as well. Curious to see the structure. I was a big fan of how they did. If you remember the Wemby packs, the first round, they had like, here's pool A, and you've got your Chet Wemby, and so you got a shot at like a top rookie, and then you've got, at the time, considered to be second, third tier rookies. I think Jalen Williams was in the third tier at that time, and just throwing it out there that some of these guys, especially this year's class, there's a lot of room for growth. So yeah.
Now, did both of you collect the common rookie sets last 2 years?
Yep.
Whole set.
I did.
And then you stacked. Yep. You both stacked too. Am I wrong on that?
I did, yeah.
Who'd you stack?
Stacked and burned, and then kept some because I was just trying to do the game and upgrade for rares and Legos.
Okay.
It depends how many rookies we had. So like Grady Dick's year, I only really stacked Grady Dick, but last year I stacked all our rookies. I burned majority though to get my freshman gems, my rookie revs, because that was like most important to me. We had I think the Raptors had 4 last year.
Okay, so you're going after Raptors, but Tork, you're more of a you go deep dive into the rookies, and you're not looking just for the Mavs rookies. You pick a couple rookies you go after every year, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I found that the community inevitably always undervalues a few. Yeah. And so I'll be like, oh, okay, how's that guy so cheap? And like, I'm not trying to flip necessarily. I mean, it's more about, I guess, predicting where they're going to fit on the all rookie teams and maybe trying to get some moments that way. And then, yeah, a little bit of it is about flipping so I could stack other moments that I do want to hold on to. I mean, there's a few guys I have in mind this year, but I'm so deep in the college basketball game that I see like all these guys that I'm like, I want to stack every single one of them. And so it's funny. There's people already like laying claims to like rookies, and not laying claim, but like, hey, I'm going to go get this guy. You stay away from him. It's going to be fun. So I'm glad that there's that kind of enthusiasm around it as well. Obviously Cooper Flag is going to be the one that everybody's talking about, and rightfully so. If I get lucky and pull a flag, that'd be great, but I'm not going to be stacking him because that's going to be the Wales game. And I am not one of those. So I'll be competing with Wizards fans it's going to suck competing against these guys for my guy Trey Johnson. But yeah, that's one guy that I'm just not going to leave alone. I was gonna pretend like I never heard of him. If you guys asked me about him, be like, you never heard of him. Like, nobody else is paying attention to Trey Johnson. You guys just leave him for me. But I think he's played well enough through his first 3 games that the secret's kind of out there.
Everybody knows.
I'm looking at Fears, Jeremiah Fears. I know Bayou's going to hate me for that. But that's okay. Yeah. Fears is good, and he's so much fun to watch. And he's going to be starting in that offense before long. I mean, I like Coward too, just as kind of like a dark horse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this year, given the scarcity, my strategy is going to be I'm going after Trey, and that's it. Like, I mean, I have to fight off SDA and Wizard, Topshot Wizard, Dan Slawinski. I mean, like it's going to be a bloodbath. And
the completion of that set, man, is going to be brutal.
To be insane.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this year.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. You know, I'm going to quote a very, very good friend of ours, Jake the Shake, and he's like, everybody wants scarcity until they can't get their hands on it.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's so true.
Looking forward to the dynamic this year. Looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a blast. I'm wondering what Cooper's is.
Go ahead, say it again. I'm sorry.
I wonder where Cooper's price point's going to sit. That's my biggest question.
Over under Wemby.
Are we thinking higher than Wemby? I'm thinking over because there's 1,000. Wemby at 4,000.
Yeah,
so that's a really good point.
Yeah,
you got to consider the autographs too. We've got 4 players getting autographs. It's Igor Demon.
Yeah.
God, who's the other one? They've got the Con artist, Con Knipple, Cooper Flag, and then who's the 4th one? VJ Edgecombe.
In front of me.
VJ Edgecombe.
There we go.
That's another one that Wales are probably going to go after.
I see why.
He looks good early on. Who are you guys looking at stacking?
I don't stack. I've just been collecting that set, so I'm really not sure. I tell you, I did purchase my 20th Peyton Pritchard rookie the other night, so I don't know, that doesn't count towards
that's
new.
A stack.
But it's a stack.
It's not new, but it's a stack.
I still have my 100 Grant Williams
and you'll forever have those.
Just sitting there.
Always.
Are you number 1 on his leaderboard at least?
I haven't checked. I don't even know what team he plays for now. Isn't that terrible? Is he still with the Hornets?
I was gonna say, is he still in Charlotte? Let me go find out for you.
I think he's with the Wizards now.
The Wizards just take everyone's rejects.
It's still shows in Charlotte. He has yet to make his season debut as he recovers from right knee surgery.
No, he's still in Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah, still in Charlotte.
Yeah, who are you going to stack, Mac? You got some rooks.
I don't know this year if I'm going to stack. It's going to really depend on the price point, and I don't love Colin Murray Boyle, our rookie, after his draft behavior. So I'm kind of just like,
really not looking good in hindsight either, is it? With his performance, it's like.
And then I go to home opener and he's not even playing. So I'm like, maybe I'll just keep the Grady Dick stack going.
Yeah. And
kind of simmer on my rookies. I'm gonna wait it out, see price point.
I love the loyalty. And you asked her earlier, Treat, if where her fandom, like, was it Raptors or more Blue Jays? And I'm like, that's they. To me, I feel like the real only differentiation and nuance comes when it comes to hockey, because you've got a few different NHL teams up there.
Nice.
But Canadians are gonna love like all their teams regardless. And and especially if you want to show up and play for them, you might not be the best player ever, but if you act like you want to be there, they will support the hell out of you.
100%.
Murray Boyle's not really embracing that mentality and doing a good job of that right now. And can we go back to moment real quick? What was that you just flashed on the screen?
What is that?
I just flashed a dick.
Nah.
The Grady Dick signed ball.
Somebody blur that out. This is a family show. What is it?
It's a family show.
Holy
Shout
moly.
out Topshot for hooking me up with that. I'm number 1 on his leaderboard, and they sent me this as a little number 1 leaderboard reward, and I love that. That is so cool. I have it in my glass case. Yeah,
that's really great.
That's my player.
You didn't go on social media, throw a fit, and like call out all the leadership of Topshot and demand that they give you something. And that's not how you got that. I thought that's how stuff got done.
No, I thought so too, but
you were just being nice and just collecting what you loved and just doing your thing and just
having fun, What
a fucking concept.
Crazy.
I can't believe it happened.
I that might have broken me. I don't know what's happening.
You're like,
Hey, listen though.
What
You got that? That's that old school Cool Cats you got there,
this is and this was given
dude.
by beloved community member AG. Shout out AG for the Cool Cats hoodie. Took the time to
Nice.
send this to me in the mail. Yeah, when he was getting
Whoa.
out of the game, he was like, "Does anybody want this stuff?" And he had a hat and a hoodie, and I was like, "Dude, I'll take the hoodie."
Dude, that's his
Because-
story. That's legendary, man. Now,
Yeah, he's
it
I
is.
mean, he's a little prickly to some people. He's always been nothing but nice to me, so I got nothing nice to say about it, or nothing but nice things to say about him. Especially send me the hoodie. So shit.
the only thing he said something about I was, he thought I was getting paid by Topshot.
You're not getting paid by Topshot?
Nope. Or C&C.
What?
I'm still waiting for my check 3
That's
ball.
news to me.
They said they were just sending checks to 3 ball too.
Aren't we
I
all?
asked them what mine was, and I just thought it was okay. Like, okay.
Well, yeah.
You're not getting paid in moments?
I think the whole I think the ranting and raving, like it's a hobby, man. Have
Thank you.
fun. Even though I do know I have had
Have
rants,
fun.
We all have.
but usually mine are
I think we all have a moment.
mine are usually driven by other substances.
Brown water.
I'm off
But
the
no,
brown
like,
water.
In
so
all
I'm
fairness, there's a time to lodge your complaints, constructive criticism, if you will. I
Yeah.
think when the scarcity rules were broken, I think that's the time to express yourself accordingly. But getting the pitchforks out, cussing, throwing a hissy fit, like that's who's going to respond to that shit? I wouldn't.
No,
And I think also
No,
we
I
have to
wouldn't.
remember there is a world that exists outside of the hellscape that is Twitter or X or whatever the fuck they're calling it now.
that's true.
And so there are a lot of collectors outside of that too. That maybe what if a collector came in and they saw this shit and they're like, I'm not dealing with that crap. Like it's too much negative sentiment. And I get it to a certain degree. Once again, save your energy for when it matters. That would be my advice. Can't complain about everything. Some of this shit's just not worth complaining about. As you said, it's a hobby. And I feel like now, going back to the thing I said about Jake a moment ago, his quote about scarcity, we're probably going to have people complain about scarcity after the fact. Why did they do this? How everything was so great when you had access to these moments. But guess what? Wemby comes out and has a free game, and his moments just start going through the roof. Kaishan George comes out, has and oh man, guess what? You can't get any of them because Bayou Sniper owns all of them.
Every one of them.
Dude,
Every single one of them.
I picked his up beforehand.
Dude,
Like
was
it was
smart.
$20 in an off season.
Dude knows his shit anyway. I mean, like if you're not listening to what he's talking about when it comes to basketball, then yeah. I mean, if you're looking for, it's never financial advice, by the way. But if you're looking for, to get in on somebody early, that would be the one. But now you got to fight Bayou Sniper. For all his moments.
Here's my question though.
Yeah.
You guys are more into the overall NFT world. It seems like the digital collectible thing is starting to catch a little more mainstream with Panini and Tops. And am I reading that wrong, or what are you seeing, Mac?
I see it. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of big sales, but I don't want to shit on them, but I don't think the product's as good as Topshot. I think I think they're seeing what we saw in 2020 and 2021 with Topshot.
Okay.
That's like, I'm not in them. I just see on the outside that sales are going for
Okay. I thought you were collecting
$40,000,
some of that. Okay.
No, I'm staying out of that for right now.
I mean, I love that other people are starting to embrace that the concept of anything digital in that regard. I think the more that we would lean into the verification component of this, like, hey, it's right there on the blockchain. You can verify authenticity right then and there, especially as we've had autograph scams and other things like that in the physical world. And the more we have all of these questions about what's real and what's not, just given the current climate and everything. And we had gambling scandals going on, poker games with X-ray poker tables and whatnot.
What's up with that?
But we don't have to worry about that with Topshot moments, because those are and they just took another step about, I think it was a few weeks ago they announced it, permanent on-chain moments. So they're always going to be there. And I don't think there's any argument that can be presented, or any better argument than having something on the blockchain to verify its authenticity right then and there, especially in a world where that matters. I mean, like in the collectible world. So I think some traditionalists will probably just never get on board with it, but that's okay. I can't see how the future is not digital collectibles. And I've mentioned before, if you go look at some of the patents that Dapper Labs has out, a lot of 3D imaging type deals. So our cubes are going to to do special things in the future is my firm belief. I don't know how far in the future that is, but yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening.
So tell me about, I've read that now it's all the video, the art, everything's on the, I thought it always was. I guess I didn't, my small brain doesn't understand the blockchain.
I'm not gonna explain it very well, so I'm not even gonna try as far as the nuance of the technical, what type of code and putting it on a certain, I'm not even gonna try to do that. But that's apparently where they're going, because otherwise it's just stored on a server and it's just a video image that if it all goes away, then you just got that server goes down, then you're toast. Look at what happened with AWS the other day.
Oh, I got you.
Got
you. Okay.
Just causing problems. But crazy
Very
times
cool.
we're living.
Very cool.
I think it's gonna be a great season. Great season ahead of us.
I kid you not, and I'm watching the first few games, and I'm just excited about just different players. But then I'm watching Wemby do what he did against the Mavericks, and I remember feeling like, hey, wait a minute, this feels new. Like I know I've never seen this before. Like like it just looks like Dalsim from Street Fighter, for crying out loud. And so like that move where he catches it. Eventually the Mavs decide they're going to double team him out on the wing. They're like, we've seen enough of you dribbling around. We're going to come double team him and get the ball out of your hands. Wemby just kind of pivots around, gives a little ball fakes, gets rid of the one double team guy while keeping his dribble. That's when he does his little dance on Lively, step back three, and it was just like, you're 7'6". How do you do that? But to your point about it being a good season, this could be one of the best NBA seasons ever. And it's a shame that the gambling stuff came out, because now anytime you see like somebody betting over under on the aforementioned Keyshawn George, and he had like a bad game last night and had like 6 points, and everybody was like, hey, FBI, investigate that guy. And I'm like, okay, everybody calm down. It's not that bad. But on that note, shameful to see disappointing to see Chauncey Billups involved. I feel like Paul Pierce is involved in this somehow, because Paul Pierce was big in the poker world at that time. And we haven't heard anything from him. Like he might have turned Fed. I don't know. But there's a guy about 2 years ago. His name's Matt Berkey, and Matt Berkey is a big. You may have seen on ESPN recently, but 2 years ago on his podcast, he was talking about a cash game that was happening in LA, but also it ended up in Vegas. And some of his Poker Pro buddies. This guy plays very high stakes cash games, very high stakes tournaments. Created his own academy called Solve for Why that teaches critical poker thinking skills and game theory, and very well known, very well respected, a savant, if you will. So he's sitting in a room with his poker buddies, and they're discussing the merits of going to this game in LA because they were invited to it. And guy's like, hey, do we know if this game's on the up and up? And one guy said, well, I know the people organizing the game, and I can tell you it's on the up and up. And Berkey comes along. He's like, no, I know the people involved in this game. I can tell you right now, it is not on the up and up. I'm not going to that shit.
Wow.
The other buddies went out there, and he said within about 10 hands, they knew it was rigged, because you had people that had no concept of poker, just, jamming, big blind, like shoving all in with like off-suited cards, just no concept. And the only people that were losing were pros. And at the time they came away with like, well, that's just something that happens in the community. Nothing we can do about it. Probably under investigation at the time. And I think we're going to find out just how deep that rabbit hole goes. But I don't know if Chauncey was involved in the Terry Rozier stuff of like the actual point shaving,
right.
or manipulating, whatever their prop totals are. But man, Adam Silver's got some explaining to do.
And how do you keep it from happening? I mean, it's so, gambling is now just so interwoven and embraced. And players, just the smallest, knowing just a little bit, right? Dude's not feeling his best, or he lays off just a little bit because he knows the spread. I mean, how can you keep that from happening?
I don't know if you can. And I bet it happens more often than we think, or than we know about, at the risk of stating the obvious. The Terry Rozier thing, what boggles my mind is you're coming off a 4-year, $96 million deal.
Right.
And you're doing that. Now, then again, maybe you have a situation like Malik Beasley, where maybe you owe the wrong people some money. Maybe
that's right.
Maybe I can't think of any other reason to help explain why something like that would happen. Why somebody like Chauncey Billups would be involved in these rigged poker. Why would you risk all of that? Like, and so are you being blackmailed in some way? And I'm not trying to go complete conspiracy theorist, but just trying to understand how something like that happens. Or is it just pure greed and you just want an extra, however much money they promised you? Can't imagine I would need that much money if I had $96 million, but I don't know. I don't have $96
million. Have you seen that Michael? that Michael Porter Jr. interview when he's talking about the gambling. Did you ever see that, Tork?
I didn't
And
see
he
it.
says it like, oh, he literally talks in there, and he was like, well, it's pretty easy to say to your friends, like, not feeling well, going to be under 10 points tonight kind of deal, and then tell them what to do and to bet on it. And he like, that wasn't the example he used. I don't remember what example he used, but it was essentially him saying it's not very hard to tell people around you to bet the under or over.
Wow.
And it put him in a bad light. Like, I think after that whole incident with his brother, that was a bad move on his end.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'd be investigating him after stating that.
Surprised he might be under. He's probably being watched anyway, just given his proximity to his brother. And I think that everything is going to be heightened now. I don't know if the onus is on the books to flag this activity or what, but yeah, they're going to haul Adam Silver in front of Congress, and he's going to have some explaining to do.
Don't you?
You know what player? Oh, sorry, Tork.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, player looked suspicious the other night, but I know why it happened. Grady Dick. He was averaging well over 20 points during preseason. And then I'm in the house for his home opener. He saw me. He got stage fright. His number one collector was there.
Yeah,
and he put up 5 points. 5 points. That's all he could do because he knew I was in the house and he got stage fright and just.
He got stage fright. He didn't want to let you down, but that's the worst thing you can do, man. You get tightened up. Your girl's there. You're like, oh, I'm gonna play good, and
Yep. So FBI, don't worry about him. It was me. I was in the house. Don't come after me either.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. At what point do we think the NBA and it's just a little bit like WWE? It's kind of. I mean, your guy, your Toronto boy, he sure seems to get a lot of foul calls. You feel like they pushed OKC a little bit last year to be the champ. I mean, the Celtics had to earn one. Nobody's going to give us anything. But sometimes the NBA not got to lean into a team just because of the image of the team, young team, OKC, young dogs, a lot of pretty smiles on those. They got that's very marketable.
It is marketable. Do you think they also had something to do with Tyrese Halliburton going down? The NBA planned it.
You know what?
They're going down, dude.
And that's how that
big WWE fan Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, that's how that wrestling works, right? The good guy, the bad guy.
And then he'll come back for his villain era.
Yeah, they'll have his good comeback story, and they'll give Rick Carlisle another championship on the way out.
There you go. There you go. Why couldn't Rick Carlisle get it together in Memphis? I mean, in not Memphis, Dallas.
You talking about? He won a title.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Don't start that.
I forget y'all won.
What happens, Mac? You see what happens?
I
forget y'all won one.
Just that quick. Why couldn't he was trying to throw some shade at Rick Carlisle and the Mavericks. Anyway, no, but remember what happened to OKC last year? They barely got by Denver. That was a 7-game series, wasn't it?
Yep.
And I don't think Jokic was completely. I mean, who's ever healthy? But Murray was banged up, so Denver's looking kind of scary this year. They got
Aaron Gordon 360.
Dude, there's been they've already got like a season's worth of like what are they going to do with the Cooper flag dunk that happened last night? Like y'all saw that, right? Where he just caught it. And and do you see what happens when you don't? God damn it, Jason Kidd. Do you see what happens when you have a point guard on the floor and they push the ball up and you let Cooper run? You don't want to make him bring the ball up and have. God, I hate Jason Kidd so much. Anyway, same guy who started Giannis at point guard. You forget when he was coaching in Milwaukee, he started Giannis at point guard. That was his genius idea.
Brilliant.
Anyway, but yeah, what is Topshot going to do with that? Is because it can't be his debut.
No,
it's kind of ironic because his debut wasn't. Plenty more where that came from. Can we just have a reel of Cooper dunks? Like, I mean, is that possible?
I mean, hear me out. He dunked on my Raptors, so I'm cool if it doesn't make a reel. We're supposed to attack the Jazz. Is that not the thing? The Jazz are supposed to be dunked on in moments. That's a team that it happens to. Not my team.
I mean, historically, the Jazz have been in a lot of moments.
Jazz and Wizards,
on the bad.
I remember that Cool Cat set. We look back at that Cool Cat set. Most of the scoring is against the Wizards, and the whole freaking set.
That was ages ago, and that was when they were the doormat of the league. They are so much better now, Treat.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah, they're.
Speaking of Wizards,
no, but seriously, if forget the record. If I'm picking one team in the East that I want to watch, I mean, like there's a few, but I mean, from a basketball related perspective, like I watched them play the Mavericks the other night. They're a lot of fun, man. I mean, my boy Trey, notwithstanding, but Bub's looking better. They got Poole coming off the bench, which is interesting. but no, all those guys took a giant step forward. We mentioned Keyshawn before.
Yeah.
And so if you can't appreciate the process, I think is where I'm going with that. Because you're not just going to have a contender every year. Do you appreciate these guys getting better and working at their craft? I would actually love living out in DC and having access to games on the cheap.
Yeah.
Like that would be great.
Yeah, they're so cheap.
Well, I'll throw another one out there that they wore us out. The Knicks wore us out. That is a different squad this year, man.
What's different about them?
Man, they're playing fast, and they've got a bench. I mean that team, they look smoother and played more together than ever. I guess that Thibodeau, whatever. I guess tough. Slow it down, beat the crap out of you. I mean that team running up and down, they are tough, and they defend.
Who's their coach out there? Do they land on
he was here. He was
coach the Cavs.
No, he was the Knicks. He was the
Mike Brown.
Kings coach. Brown, yeah, that's right.
By the way, fun little caveat to that interviewing process. They came pretty close to hiring Dawn Staley. At least she interviewed.
Really?
And to hear her tell it, they were well aware of everything that would have come with hiring the first female coach.
Right.
But she kind of said she's like, I don't think I don't think they're quite ready for that yet. Because if the Knicks lose a game, it's not, hey, the Knicks lost, it's, hey, your female coach lost the game.
Right.
What are you going to do about it? And so,
right.
But I think if anybody could handle it in New York, Dawn Staley could.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah. It's a hard market to handle.
Yeah, but she's a badass mother. She's Dawn Staley's awesome. She's an awesome point guard, but yeah, not to be trifled with Dawn Staley.
Maybe time for her to replace Jason Kidd down there.
I'll take it.
There you go.
Much rather have her over Jason Kidd. I could think of. You want me to start? No, I'm not. We don't have enough show for that for me to look at Jason Kidd.
We'll see the Discord later. I'll open it up and it's gonna be a story. Just from
So what's another surprise team that I love that going down that rabbit hole with the Wizards. I haven't thought about that, but I'm going to check them out.
They're fun, man.
They're young.
Magic, I think will be all right.
Yeah,
Detroit.
We'll have a fun squad. The Spurs. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the Spurs are surprising anybody, but if you look at them on paper, pretty fucking scary. And they're missing a bunch of their guys. Well, they're missing two of their main guys, Sochan and De'Aaron Fox. I'm just looking at De'Aaron Fox and Wemby in a pick and roll and pick and pop scenarios, and it's just a nightmare. I mean, if Wemby's hitting jump shots like he is at the start of the season and he stays healthy, it's a wrap. How's he not MVP?
Yeah,
he has to be.
Easy defensive player of the year. I can't see anybody who's going to supplant him there.
What about your boy Luka? How you feel like he's going to?
Dude's already hurt. I mean, I'm rooting like hell for him, but the Lakers suck, dude. I mean, I hate to say that. I'll just be very blunt about it. They don't have a good roster at all. I'm not trying to be that. It's like when people are like, Cowboys suck because I do football. I'm like, no, okay, let's subjectively, that roster is not very good. I mean, they're going to have some problems, especially if their guys are banged up. Even when LeBron comes back, I mean, they just don't have the bodies. They don't have a post presence. Ayton, bless his heart, man. I watched him the other night. He just ain't it. I don't know how he can't put it together, but he looks lost. I don't understand it. But Luka will get. I was on the Luka MVP train because he's going to put up the MVP numbers, but the Lakers won't finish high enough for him to be considered. I don't think, and I think that's why the nod's got to go to Wemby if he stays healthy, because the Spurs will be in the Western Conference Championship. I mean, I think as of right now, the short list: Denver, OKC, San Antonio.
What about the Rockets? They seem to have a little bit of
Rockets.
I'm interested. Reed Shepherd, if he can fill that void, I don't know if he can. He's going to get a lot of opportunities, but they might have a similar problem. Amen's a better point guard than Cooper, but you need a point guard. They don't have any back. I mean, they've got some issues in the backcourt, but they've got all the talent in the world and all the personnel to mess with anybody in the West. But those little nuances are what cost you in a playoff series. And so,
what about Detroit?
What's that?
Detroit. What do you think of them?
Ooh.
I don't think Detroit's to be messed with this year.
I like them because they just don't take any shit. They got back to their Detroit identity of we're just going to fight everybody if you don't like us.
Oh yeah.
And And my boy Ron Holland's on there. He's looking good. But Cade hasn't played as well as everybody thought he had. But once again, we're a handful of games into the season. Yeah. I've been intrigued by the reactions of Detroit, the people on Detroit. Some people are like, nah, they're going to suck. Like, there's no way they can get to where they were last year. And then the other side is they're going all the way up this year. And so I don't know if it's that, but the East, man, I mean, like, who's going to win the East, Street?
Oh, man.
Cleveland? Is that the short list?
Short list, I think, but I like the Knicks. I mean, 3 games in, I like the Knicks. I mean, Jalen Brunson, if he's healthy and you're in a close and you got to get a bucket, is there anybody else in the league you trust more besides Wemby? Or, like
legit. Another one Dallas fumbled.
Yeah, another one Dallas fumbled. That was well said.
I still can't. That's the greatest draft the Mavericks have ever had. Luka in the first round, Jalen Brunson in the second round.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
And then Nico. Yeah, it took 2 games, by the way. Like, they were chanting fire Nico, already booing the team at the end of that Wizards loss, chanting fire Nico. It's great. He deserves it.
God.
He does. Yeah.
He does not deserve credit for having the number 1 pick fall in his lap.
No. That's called luck.
Something for the conspiracy theorists out there, but whatever.
I'm going to call it luck, but I'm definitely a conspiracy theorist on it. I'm just going to keep it appropriate.
Little sus.
Well, something's weird.
You got to follow the money, right? Is there a lot of betting in Dallas?
Well, here's the connection, and this is where this gets fun. You want to play conspiracy theory? I'll go Charlie from It's Always Sunny meme with on the wall and stuff. But yeah, it's if you look at the new owner, Miriam Adelson, and this is a fun one I read online. I don't think any of it's true, but it's fun to play around. You ship Luka off to LA, which is a massive betting market specifically for Asia, right? Lakers are. And Macau, a lot of casinos in Macau. And what do the Adelsons do traditionally? They run casinos. And what do casinos do? They wash money and do other stuff. Yeah. So there's that part of it that maybe maybe it wasn't on the up and up in that regard. I heard a really sad one actually that Jordan was involved in gambling in that regard, and he was supposed to throw a game, and it had to do with his dad being murdered because he was supposed to throw a game, and that game was supposed to be the flu game in Utah, and because he did not throw that game, that was payback.
Oh wow!
Just conspiracy theories in the online rabbit hole.
I like the online rabbit hole
because of this gambling stuff, and this is the problem when people start doing weird shit behind the scenes and it comes to the light. It's like now. I wonder how deep that rabbit hole goes. Jordan was a gambler for sure, but I don't know I don't know about all that.
If people look to launder money, they'll launder it through Topshot. If they want my bags for way more than they're worth.
That never happens. What are you talking about? Nobody ever launders money on Topshot. That has never ever happened.
Tork is sitting behind the Topshot bank vault. Acting like nothing goes on. He's got all the Topshot money behind him, guys. That's where your dollars are.
Your truckload of Dapper is right there.
Right there, baby.
And flow. All on a ledger.
I got $50 of credit to spend today since I came in number 1 in historical fast break yesterday.
Congrats.
$50. Where you going? Where you going? You get that $50. Not if you're, if you get $50 right now on the platform. Where are you going with it?
I'm adding money to it so that I can buy a legendary. So it's just a trap for me. Yeah, it just starts me. It's a trap. Topshot gives me $50 and they end up with $150. It's really weird how it works out.
I love that.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
Not a bad plan.
If not, I'd buy a rare. Yeah, rookies are rares.
I just have to make it one more week. Next, I think this episode will probably be dropping on Pack Drop Day. Yeah. So happy Pack Drop Day to all those who celebrate. But yeah, I just got to hold on and not get distracted from some of these. Here's a fun story for you about me trying to negotiate and buy a Wemby's honor moment over the past week. And then I came to my senses after it didn't go through, and I was like, I needed that money for rookies. So I'm glad that things worked out the way that they did. But before that moment skyrocketed, because I remember watching the Wemby's honor moment is the sequence against him versus the Bucks. He dunks on Giannis. He blocks Giannis. He dunks on Brook Lopez. And it's my favorite, probably the best Wemby moment on the platform. And low ask was, I think, $400 at the time. There were a couple special cereals. So I sent a message out and I was like, hey, will you take $300? And the guy came back and was like, I'll do $350. And I was like, cool, let me go get some Dapper together. And I went on about my business. Well, wouldn't you know it, got the Dapper together next day. Wemby had his big game. A couple more people bought those floor moments. His moment was then on the floor. And after responding within like a minute on Topshot, shout out the chat messaging thing, he responded like within 60 seconds the first time. And I was like, cool, man, this chat function works. This is great. I can actually get a hold of people instead of tracking them down on social media. He didn't respond again. And I was like, hey, I hope that offer for $350 still stands. Crickets. And I was like, oh, that's okay. It's just, hey, I'm not mad at anybody. I just like, okay, now you're not responding because it's on the floor. And he gave it about 72 hours. It finally sold. Then he replies like, oh, it looks like it sold. Good luck to you, buddy. And I was like, dude. Like that's lame. Anyway, so yeah, that person got blocked on the chat function. Because that way I know I'm not negotiating with people who don't want to negotiate in good faith anymore. Is it hey, you sold your moment, that's great, not mad at you, but I'm just not even gonna entertain any of that nonsense going forward. We're all good here. And speaking I'd rather overpay to one of the homies than deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. And with good faith, I don't want 3Ball to block me from being on these episodes. So do we have final thoughts before we wrap up? Treat, hit me with it.
Final thoughts. I think I may throw out the old if you were around the day, my pack drop ditty. I may throw that out November 5th, right? That's drop day. So look for that. Look for replays of that number one hit single pack drop ditty. Be back on X next week.
Boom. That is amazing. That is great news for us. Tork, what about you?
Just looking forward to more basketball. We got college coming up too, so that's awesome for a lot of different reasons. I don't know if you guys saw former NBA great Carlos Boozer. He has kids and they play basketball and they are good at the basketball. His son is a freshman at Duke, and Texas gets to open their season against Duke, so that's going to suck. But he had I was laughing with Spence about his line. He had 24 points, 23 rebounds, and like 7 or 8 assists. He's like 6'10" and just like a savant, like built like a tank. And so, yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. And then hey, stack your rooks next week, Treat. You're gonna have a hard time not getting caught getting swept up in the moment. See what I did?
All right.
In the moments, if you will.
See what you did there.
It's hard not to, honestly, guys. Well, that's a wrap on episode 125 of the Collectin and Connectin podcast. Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Good times.
Thanks for watching Collecting and Connecting. Take a look at our YouTube channel for more content and some past episodes on all the types of collectibles that are out there, physical, digital, and join our Discord, come in and chat, buy some merch from our website, and just take a look, subscribe, guys. And if you ever want to be on the show, tell us about your collectibles, just send us a DM, send us a comment, and we'll reach out. So thanks a lot, and keep watching Collecting and Connecting.